Sri Aurobindo Mira is my refuge. Om Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Satyamayi Parame. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste, good morning, Vande Matram, welcome all of you. The topic of this spiritual discussion for this morning will be on mother's symbol. Mother's symbol, her force and colors. So we'll see today the topic we'll discuss on mother's symbol, and in detail, of course in brief, we will go into the different powers, their significance and colors. So in brief, we are going to discuss on mother's symbol. Usually we have seen that the chakra, that circle is there, 1, 4, 12. Of course you will be acquainted with the symbol 1, 4, 2, 12. Centrally one circle is there. Then after the first circle there is a second circle that is divided into 4. And after the second there is another third that is divided into 4, into 12. So 1, 4, 12, like this it has been well arranged in a inside the circle and circle and circle. So today we are going to have some brief idea recently on this what is the significance and this color. Of course, one question was put actually what is the significance of this color. Somebody asked a question to Sri Aurobindo on April 15th 1934. Of course, he heard the question, I have been frequently thinking of the mother symbol of chakra. That chakra already 3 we have seen, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 12, like this. I have been frequently thinking of the mother symbol of chakra and its significance. I have understood as follows. The questioner describes, and in his writings to Sri Aurobindo, that I have understood in this way as follows. Central circle, that is the transcendental power. The initial first circle is transcendental power. The 4 inner petals, these 4 powers working from the supermind to overmind. Point to be noted, it must be understood clearly. 4 powers working from the supermind to overmind. Then next one is 12 outer petals, division of 4 into 12. So each inner 4 powers, these are actually, we are it will be great to speak that these are all 4 great aspects of the mother, Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, like this. So 12 outer petals, division of 4 into 12 powers from overmind into intuition and mind. So if we divide the mind into different various parts, initially if you go from below to bottom to top, there is a mind, then spiritual mind, then supermind. So this mind is okay, we can understand, we are living upon. Then spiritual mind, it constitutes our higher mind, intuitive mind, illumined mind, intuitive mind, and overmind. Then comes supermind. So from top, we will, if we top to bottom, this is supermind, then overmind, then intuitive, illumined, higher mind, then comes mind. So here this questioner asks and clarifies division of 4 into the 12 powers from overmind into intuition and the mind. So from down below, the 4 initial petals, whom actually we consider Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, the great 4 aspects of the mother, that is from supermind to overmind. So then the questioner asks, the question is that, do you think I have understood the significance correctly? Then Sri Aurobindo answers, essentially, in general principle, the 12 powers are the vibrations that are necessary for the complete manifestation. 12 powers that are vibrations that are necessary for the complete manifestation. These are the 12 seen in the beginning above the mother's head. These are the 12 seen in the beginning above the mother's head. Thus, there are really 12 rays from the sun, not 7, 12 planets, etc. It has been described by Moses, described and represented and answered by Sri Aurobindo. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, as to the exact interpretation of the detail of the power, I see nothing against the arrangement you have made. It can stand very well. So this was the question. Of course, we have seen on 15th of April 1934. It is described there also. Now we are going to take little bit in detail about the colors and their significance. Of course, we will take in details. So there was also this before going to the powers and their significance and their color, we'll see white roses we have seen, that is the mother's symbol. That symbolically it is the white roses, that is the mother's color. It is around her. Already we have seen the central circle, that represents divine consciousness. The four petals are the four great aspects of the mother, Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Other 12 mother manifestation for the work to be done by the mother. So this again going little bit details. The symbol of the significance of this central circle is the transcendent force. The inner four petals are there, from supermind to overmind, that four powers we have seen. This has been described as and given by Sri Aurobindo. So four great aspects we have seen: Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Lakshmi, naturally Maheshwari represents wisdom. Mahakali, it is force, strength. And of course for Mahalakshmi it is harmony and beauty. For Mahasaraswati it is actually perfection and order. So we have seen nothing short of a perfection satisfies her. And we have already seen, we have seen. Of course, this is a great description as given by Mother and Sri Aurobindo. So we'll see the colors and the significance little bit from their description. Of course, it is not described in the mother or something, but actually it is there. Different 12 petals, the outer circle which has been described into 12 attributes, rather, Bharati Guna, 12 Guna, that attributes it is called like this. So sincerity, the first one, it is light blue in color. So this first color, it is sincerity. First force will represent this color is light blue. Second one is aspiration, that is golden color. So according to the 12 petals, outside petals, so sincerity is the number one, that color is light blue. Aspiration is number two, that is golden yellow. Number three is goodness, that is color comes violet. And number four, that is humility, its color represented by deep green. So the fifth one is receptivity, that college comes as orange. So next one, number six, is generosity, it is represented by purple color. Number seven is gratitude, that is light green. Progress, vermilion. And next one is equanimity, that is ultramarine blue. Perseverance, light yellow. Courage, that is red. And finally it is number 12 as peace, that is the color is deep blue. I will quote it again. Out of this according to color, the first one is sincerity, it is light blue. Second one is aspiration, golden yellow. Third one is goodness, violet. Fourth one is humility, that is dark green. Fifth one is receptivity, that is orange in color. Sixth one is generosity, purple in color. Seventh, gratitude, light green. Number 8 is progress, that is vermilion. Number 9 is equanimity, ultramarine blue. Then number 10 is perseverance, light yellow. Then it comes courage as number 11, that is red in color. And finally peace, it is deep blue. So out of these four aspects, four attributes rather, and out of these 12 attributes, first eight, I will tell you, from starting from sincerity up to progress. Starting from sincerity up to progress: sincerity, aspiration, goodness, humility, receptivity, generosity, gratitude, and progress. These eight are actually it represents attitude towards God. Then last four, like equanimity, perseverance, courage, and peace. These four, actually this is the attitude towards man. So this is the thus is it represented very clearly. So little bit we'll see there are 12 powers. These are the colors, significance of colors. Now in brief, of course, we'll see what are the 12 powers it is represented by the mother. Number one, as we have discussed, this is sincerity. To be constantly the true flame that burns like an offering. To be constantly the true flame, the flame that is burning like an offering. So this represents sincerity, all sincere prayers are granted, and all that sincerity, that is a good divine virtue. So like a flame that burns like an offering. The second one, symbolically it represents the power that we are nothing in ourselves. We are nothing in ourselves, that is represented by the second power, that is humility. Number three is gratitude. The whole being offers itself to the Lord in absolute trust. That gratitude, it represents the whole being offers itself to the Lord in absolute trust. So next one will come for the perseverance, the decision to go to the very end, that is perseverance. The decision to go to the very end, that is perseverance. Very interestingly it is designed. We have, once we have started, means we have to go. There must be gratitude, there must be humility, there must be sincerity. These are the good qualities. So about the force, the great force, that is actually aspiration, that comes as number five. We must aspire with all our being. We must aspire with all its being for the manifestation to come soon and complete. So this is the aspiration. Without aspiration, nothing great, nothing true can be achieved. So we must aspire with all our being for the manifestation to come soon and complete. Manifestation to come soon, and the for its completeness, that is the aspiration. So next one is receptivity. We already know the whole being is aware of the divine will and obeys it. Receptivity, we have to accept, to receive it. From the received, it has come the receptivity. The whole being is aware of the divine will and obeys it. Next one coming is the progress. So progress, in many ways we have these are the terms we have discussed in one by one. So it is progress, the will to progress by the urge towards the perfection. Progress means not one or two steps right ahead of us, or to some extent on the vertically or horizontally. That is actually progress, but that is not the uniform, the entire progress. The progress actually it is concerned with the progress by the urge towards perfection. That is the goal, towards this perfection. Of course, it is a slow process, and the progress is meant to the urge towards the perfection. The next one comes as the courage. So courage, we need spiritually, in spiritualism, courage is the soul of this spiritualism. When we trust in the divine grace, we must have an unfailing courage. So when Mother quotes here, this is the significance, of course. When we trust in the divine grace, we must have unfailing courage. Courage that is actually unfailing. So next one is goodness. Already this goodness, this is a good virtuous aspect, attribute. Good is all that helps the individual and the world towards their divine fullness, not towards their individual achievement or individual gain, whatever is there, but it is towards the in divine fullness. So good is all that helps the divine and the world towards their divine fullness. Next comes number 8, that is generosity. Generosity is a divine virtue, it's a best quality, very good quality. Gives and gives oneself without bargaining. You have to give and give only to the divine, not to any human being or any other else, only to the divine. Then comes the equality. Supreme divine nature is found on equality. Supreme divine nature is founded only, the foundation is only equality. Then comes the last one, that is peace. The divine is the supreme peace. There is no other peace. Peace is there in between us. We have to manifest it. It is concealed. It is in the unmanifested position. So divine is supreme peace. Be with the divine and you will be in peace. So once we are with the divine, the definitely it will be there. We will get the peace. So these are the 12 colors and significance.